Hi, so today we are going to see investment function. So already we discussed about the consumption function. So we know what is consumption, what we consume, what we get it to satisfy ourselves is known as consumption function. So here investment function is nothing but it is a savings. Okay, so why do we invest? What is the aim of investing? Yes, so through investment we get some interest, that is some profit. Okay, so here this investment and interest are have a inverse relationship between the rate of interest and investment. So this investment function curve will slope downward like this. Okay, so here I is referred as FR. So here we say it as investment is a dependent variable. Yes, because this investment depend on interest. Okay, so why we make investment? What is the aim of investment? To get some interest, that is high rate of interest. But speaking about the rate of interest, it is an independent variable. Okay, it doesn't depend on any variable. Other variables depend only on interest, but interest doesn't depend on any variables. Okay, so now let us see the meaning of investment. Here, what is the term investment means the term investment means purchase of stocks. Okay, so investment in stocks வாங்குறது, shares வாங்குறது, debentures, government bonds and equities. Okay, so people invest in the shares, debentures, government bonds and equities to earn some interest. Okay, so you can say you can see in the share markets like Bombay stock exchanges. Okay, so in that and all, people, some of the people will be sitting near the system, and every time they will be keen in watching the Sensex. Okay, so when the particular company's stocks or shares increases, they will try to sell it. If it decreases, they will try to buy it. Okay, so this is known as investment. And also, according to Keynes, he says that this investment is financial investment and not the real investment. Yes, because we only invest our money. We are not working physically, okay, carrying any loads. Okay, so only money is invested, so it is known as financial investment. But this type of investment does result in an addition stock of real capital of the nation. So we will get more income through these types of investment. When people invest in government bonds and securities, more amount is added to the government. Okay, so and also this investment includes expenditures on capital investment. Okay, so now let us see the types of investment. So types of investment, you have two types, that is first is autonomous investment and second one is induced investment. So autonomous investment is first one, investment that is not depend on national income. Okay, so this does not depend on national income. So this is mainly done for the welfare of the people. Okay, for example, construction of road, bridges, school, charitable houses. And also this is not affected by rise in raw materials, wages of workers, like that. So essential to development of nation and or depression. So speaking about from these points, it clearly understood what is autonomous investment. That is when the government invests for the welfare of the people, like construction of the hospitals, government schools. Okay, and making some roads. Okay, constructing bridges, these all are for the welfare of the people. Okay, when the government invests in this is said to be autonomous investment, that is for the welfare of the people. Okay, from this they never earn any income. Okay, but this is done for the welfare of the people. Okay, so see here, autonomous investment is the expenditure. So it is what? It is the expenditure on capital formation. We are spending amount for doing something. Okay, so here which is independent of the change in income. So no income will affect this one, and also the rate of interest or rate of profit will not affect this type of investment. Okay, understood children? So Next, this investment is dependent of economic activity. So this depend only on the economic activities. And also this investment is income inelastic. Okay, so the inelastic means it will not change. ஓகே, நம்மளோட இன்கம் மாறினாலோ இல்லை நம்மளோட டேஸ்ட்டோ ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸோ என்ன மாறினாலும் இதில் வந்து என்ன ஆகாது, திஸ் வில் நாட் அஃபெக்ட் this type of investment. So it is said to be inelastic. Okay, so here you can see this is the diagram. This is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, why? Because it is inelastic, so it is parallel to the x-axis. இங்க எந்த changes இல்லை, changes இருந்தால் என்ன ஆகும், slope down ஆகும், இல்லை வந்து இந்த மாதிரி increase decrease ஆகலாம். பட் இங்கே எதுவுமே இல்லாமல் it looks like wow, like a parallel line. Okay, so here in the x-axis it is measured as income and the y-axis as measured as investment, that is I. Okay, so in the times of economic depression the governments try to boost the autonomous investment. So in the times of economic crisis, so இந்த மாதிரி டைமில், அதாவது வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா இப்போ வந்து நமக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியும், we are in that type of situation only. Okay, we are facing economic crisis because of this corona. So this time people, there is this government try to boost the autonomous investment. Okay, so how, just think and see, ஆட்டோனமஸ் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்னா இப்போ இந்த மாதிரி டைமில் கவர்மெண்ட் எதுக்கு ரொம்ப ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் கொடுக்குது, எதை இப்போ வந்து ரொம்ப வந்து இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காங்க, கொஞ்சம் யோசிங்க பார்க்கலாம். எஸ், hospitals. Okay, all the colleges, all the college hostels, everything, all the private mandapams, everything is becoming hospitals. Why? To cure the people, for the welfare of the people. Okay, everything is being changed as the corona hospitals. Okay, this is known as autonomous investment. Okay, this being done for the welfare of the people. Okay, so generally government makes autonomous investment because of the welfare consideration only. It thinks the public's welfare only. Okay, and next, coming to the induced investment. What is the of course first we saw autonomous investment. So by seeing this heading itself you can guess induced investment is nothing but opposite to autonomous investment. Yes, in this people will be having the aim of earning some level of income. Okay, so here in induced investment is the expenditure on fixed asset. Okay, so investment is made on the fixed assets or stocks. Okay, when required, which are required when level of income and depend on the economic goes up. So people will invest in a particular asset or stocks. Okay, they will be waiting for the value to be increased. If the value is increased, people will sell it and earn some profit. Okay, so this induced investment is purely profit motivated. Okay, so speaking about autonomous investment is purely of welfare motivated, but speaking about this induced investment, this is totally profit motivated, and also it is related to the change in national income. But autonomous is what? It doesn't affect any national income, so it is inelastic. But here this is what? Elastic. There will be a change. Okay, so the relationship between national income and induced investment is positive. Okay, so decrease in national income will decrease the investment also. So this will happen vice versa. When the investment is less, national income also will decrease. So here this induced investment is said to be income elastic. Okay, so speaking about the autonomous investment, it was what? Yes, it was income inelastic, but this is elastic. So any changes in the income will affect the investment. Okay, so it is positively sloped as shown. So already I told you all, right? Autonomous investment will be horizontal parallel straight line, but here since the changes occurs, so here the induced investment will slope. Okay, will slope, but this slope will be positive. Okay, and here you have a differentiation. See, This is autonomous investment and this is induced investment. When the autonomous investment is independent, this will be planned. Okay, here income inelastic, here elastic, and this is welfare motive and this is profit motive. Understood, children? Yes. So now next is determinants of investment function. Let us see what and all are depend on the investment functions. Okay, so here you can see there is 12. So here you have 12 determinants. Okay, so first is rate of interest. Next is level of uncertainty. So this and all are determined on the what investment function. அடுத்தது பொலிட்டிக்கலோட என்வரான்மெண்ட். ஸோ ரேட் ஆஃப் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் கண்டிப்பாக என்ன ஆகும், இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டில் ஒரு சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி லெவல் ஆஃப் uncertainty, anything can happen. So like what we are in the present situation, like corona. Next is political environment. If the political leaders expire, or if there is any confusions, this will also make a change in the investment. Okay, why? Because the share market. Okay, so there will be change in share market because of these activities. Okay, then also the rate of growth of population. Okay, this is the major problem. If the population is high, of course there will be amount, we need more money. Okay, so at that time there will be a effect in the share market. Next is stock of capital goods, necessity of new products. Yes, so when the population increases, we need what? New products. So when the amount is invested for new products, at that time the investment will be affected. So level of income on investors. Next, invention and innovations, consumer demand, policy of the rate, availability of capital, liquid assets of the investors. However, Ken is contended that business expectation and profits are more important in deciding investment. So what Ken is contended that business expectation. Okay, so business expectation and profits are more, it will decide the investment. And also he also pointed that the investment is depend on what? Marginal efficiency of capital. What is the meaning of marginal? Already I told, additional capital. Okay, so here private investment is an increase in the capital stock, such as buying a factory or machine. Okay, so private investment, while speaking, so people will invest in buying some factories. Okay, machineries. So the investment will be made in that. And next is marginal efficiency of capital. States the rate of return on a investment project. Okay, so they will invest in some special project, like some constructing of some factory, some new office. Okay, so this will increase the annual percentage. Then if the marginal efficiency of capital, so if the capital is 5%, interest rate will be 4%. Okay, then it's worth borrowing at 4% to get an expected increase. Okay, so when the value of a product is 5%, so we can if we suspect that we will be getting 4% of interest, so we can invest in that. Okay, so now we can see the relationship between rate of interest and investment. So already we told that is investment and interest have the inverse relationship. Okay, so see, when this is in income and this is your rate of interest. Okay, when the investment is 80%, okay, interest rate is high. Okay, when the interest rate reduces to 5%, people invest more, that is 100% of investment is there. So the explanation of how the rate of interest influence the level of investment in the economy. Typically higher rates of interest reduce investment. So interest வந்து அதிகமாக இருந்தால் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம், இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் கம்மியாக பண்ணுவோம். ஓகேவா, பிகாஸ் ஹையர் ரேட் இன்க்ரீஸ் த காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் போரோவிங். ஸோ ஹையர் ரேட் ஆஃப் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்ன்றது என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படின்னா நம்மளை வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், பாரோ பண்ண வைக்கும். ஸோ அதனால வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் கம்மியாக இருக்கும். பட் அதே வந்து ரேட் ஆஃப் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் கம்மியாகும் போது people will be getting more invested. Okay, as the real cost of borrowing rises, fewer investment projects are profitable. So here they have given, if rate of interest rises from 5% to 8%, then we get a fall in the amount of investment from 100 to 80. So see, you can see 100 to 80, it is decreasing. So if interest rate are increased, if the rate of interest is increased, then it will tend to discourage investment. Okay, so because investment has a higher opportunity cost. With higher rate, it is more expensive. So அதிகமான rate of interest இருந்தது, அது வந்து என்னது, ரொம்ப expensive to borrow money from a bank. Okay, so people will suffer to, if the rate of interest is high, people will restrict to borrow money from the bank. At the same time, when the saving money in a bank, okay, if they get if for savings, if they get more interest, people will invest more. Okay, people will save more money in the bank. Okay, so if interest rises, firms will need to gain a better rate of return to justify the cost of borrowing using savings. Okay, so next we are going to see marginal efficiency of capital, that is additional efficiency of capital. So this was first introduced by J.M. Keynes. So this also was introduced by J.M. Keynes in 1936 as an important determinant of autonomous investment. Here we are speaking, so this is very important for the autonomous investment. Okay, so the MEC, that is additional marginal efficiency of capital, is the expected profitability of an additional capital asset. It may be defined as the higher rate of return over cost expected from the additional unit capital asset. So meaning of marginal efficiency of capital is the rate of discount which makes the discounted present value of expected income stream equal to the cost of capital. So here we have MPC depends on two factors, that is the prospective factor, okay, which is yield from the capital asset, and next is supply price of a capital asset. So factors which is affecting, so what and all will affect this marginal efficiency of capital means, that is three factors, that is the cost of capital of the asset, the expected rate of return from during its lifetime, and the market rate of interest. Okay, so the marginal efficiency of capital is influenced by short run as well as long run factors. So this marginal efficiency of capital, that is this additional capital, is mainly influenced by short run and long run. Okay, so these factors are discussed in brief. So here first let us see what are the short run factors. அதாவது கம்மியான பீரியட்ல நடக்கக்கூடிய பிஸ்னஸில் இது எப்படியெல்லாம் வந்து இதோட ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி அஃபெக்ட் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா, ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து டிமாண்ட் ஃபார் த ப்ராடக்ட். So demand for the products அப்படின்னா, if the market for a particular good is expected to grow, its cost likely to fall. Okay, so the rate of return from investment will be high. So if entrepreneurs expect a fall in demand for goods and a rise in cost, the investment will decline. ஸோ என்னென்னா, ஒரு மார்க்கெட்டில் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் குட்க்கு வந்து நல்ல க்ரோத் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணாங்கன்னா, அதோட காஸ்ட், அதோட விலை வந்து என்ன ஆகும், குறைப்பாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி டைமில் அந்த இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து என்னவாக இருக்கும், அதில் எல்லாரும் அதிகமாக போய் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. சரியா, திருப்பியும் சொல்கிறேன், ஒரு மார்க்கெட்டில் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ஒரு குட் இருக்குது, ஓகேவா, ஒரு பொருள் இருக்குது, அந்த பொருளுக்கு நல்ல க்ரோ, நல்ல வேல்யூ, ஓகே, நல்ல வந்து வேல்யூஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா அதோட காஸ்ட், அதாவது அது விலையை குறைக்கும் போது மக்கள் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, அதில் எல்லாரும் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அப்போ இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பண்ணும்போது அது வந்து ஹையாக இருக்கும். அதே சமயம் ஆண்டர்ப்ரினர்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு குட்டோட டிமாண்ட் வந்து ஃபாலோ ஆக போகுதுன்னு நினச்சாங்கன்னா அதோட காஸ்ட் என்ன ஆகும், ரைஸ் ஆகும். அப்போ இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வில் decline. Then speaking about liquidity asset, already I've told liquidity means cash in hand. So if the entrepreneurs are holding large volume of working capital, they can take advantage of the investment opportunities. Okay, if they are having large liquidity asset in their hands, they can invest, they will be having more opportunities in investment. Okay, so at that time this MEC will be high. Okay, next is sudden changes in income. Okay, so sudden changes like fall in profits or taxes, okay, this will influence the MEC. So you can see here the MEC is also influenced by sudden changes in income of the entrepreneurs. So if the business community gets windfall profits, that is more profits, or tax concession will be high, So this will make a fall in this MEC. Next is current rate of investment. Another factor which influence MAC is the current rate of investment in a particular industry. So if in a particular industry much investment has already taken place and the rate of investment currently going on in that industry, if the investment is also more high, then the marginal efficiency of capital will be low. Next is waves of optimism and pessimism. The marginal efficiency of capital is also be affected by waves of optimisms and pessimism in business cycle. That is boom. Already we saw boom and recession is been said as this optimisms. Okay. So if businessmen are optimistic about future, the MEC will be likely to be high. So during periods of permission, the MPC underestimated and so will be low. Okay. Next is long run factors. So in long run, what and all will be, what are the factors means, what are the factors will be affected means the long run factors which influence the marginal efficiency of capital are as follows. First one is rate of growth of population. Of course, we know. Okay, so if the this population growth will affect the marginal efficiency of the capital. So marginal efficiency of capital is also influenced by the rate of growth of population. So if population is growing at a rapid speed, okay, if there are more increase in the population, so this will also usually will affect the investment. Okay, so a rapid rise in growth of population will increase the marginal efficiency of capital, and sloping down in its rate of growth will discourage investment and thus reduce marginal efficiency. So next is technological progress. If investment and technological development takes place in the industry, so if investment and some technological changes takes place in industry, so this prospects also will increase in the net yield. Okay, so for example, the development of automobiles in the 20th century has greatly stimulated the rubber industry. Okay, so the steel and oil industry. So we can say that invention and technological improvements encourage investment in various projects. So because of this, new technologies, the new projects will be developed. So that will increase the marginal efficiency of the capital. Next, speaking about monetary and fiscal policies. So cheap money policy and liberal tax policy. So these also pay a greater way for greater profit margin, and so MEC is likely to be high. So because of this monetary and fiscal policies also, this marginal efficiency capital will be high. Next is political environment. So I told, so because of changes in the political administration, maintenance of law and order also will improve this MPC. Next, resource availability. When we get a cheap and abundant, that is more abundant na adigamana natural resources கிடைக்கும் போது and also efficient labor and stock of capital, this will also lead a better increment in the MPC. Okay, so next is marginal efficiency of investment. So speaking about MEI is the expected rate of return on investment. So MEI is nothing but what we expected return we will be getting in the investment. Okay, so which is known as the additional units of investment. So these are made under specified condition and over a period of time. Okay, so when cost of borrowing is high, so நம்ம borrow cost of நம்ம வந்து அதிகமாக borrow பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா business are less motivated. So business வந்து என்னவா இருக்கும், லெஸ்ஸாக வந்து motivate பண்ணுவோம். ஓகேவா, எதுக்கு, for borrowing the money and make investment on different projects, because high cost of borrowing என்ன ஆகும், will reduce the margin of business firms. Okay, so here you have the differentiation, that is marginal efficiency of capital and the marginal efficiency of investment. Okay, so first in marginal efficiency of capital, the first point, it is based on a given supply price for a capital. So இது எதை பேஸ் பண்ணி இருக்கு, given supply price of a capital. But this side it is based on the induced change in the price. Okay, so why, because when there is change in the demand of the capital, so there will be a change. Next, it represents the rate of return on all successive units of capital without regard to existing capital. So without regarding the existing capitals, that is previous capital, all the rate of return will represents the successive units. Okay, here it shows the rate of return on just those units of capital over and above the existing capital stock. Here the capital stock is taken on the x-axis. Okay, so in the diagram you can see the capital stock is taken on the x-axis. Here it is the amount of investment is taken on the x-axis. Here the it is its concept is stock. Here flow is concept. So it determines the optimum capital stock in an economy at each level of interest rate. Here it determines the investment of the economy at each interest rate given the capital stock. Okay, so this is the differentiation. So that's all for the today's class. So next class we'll discuss about the multiplier. Thank you.